I'm here today to film my favorites of 2017. I have 17 products. I narrowed it down to 17. And honestly, it's mostly because for foundation, concealer, primer, I really haven't changed my favorites. All my favorites from last year still apply, so I didn't want to re-mention them. So I will list them down below, and I'll link my last year's video down below because those are all still favorite products of mine. But most of them have like moved into holy grail status as opposed to being my favorites again this year. I don't want to mention them again. So I'm just mentioning things that like are new favorites kind of. So I guess in the realm of bases, I want to mention the RCMA No Color Powder. I know that I'm like super late to the game on this. I'm not really a powder person. I'm the kind of person that really wants dewy, glowy skin. So for me, I was like, do I want powder? I don't know. But I was ordering off of Camera Ready Cosmetics because it's the only place that carries my Holy Grail liquid liner. And they had this, it was $10. I wanted to try it out and I'm obsessed. I've put it in my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder container because this is the worst packaging ever and it's so impossible to use. But once I finished this up and filled the container up, it was like a world of difference. It's so amazing. It makes my under eyes so smooth and flawless. Like I'll probably never buy the Laura Mercier again, and I will probably never need to because there's so much in here. I did want to try the Kat Von D under eye setting powder, but like now that I've tried this and I love it, like why would I? The only other base product I have is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation. This is in the shade White because I am the pastiest human alive. And I absolutely love this as a foundation lightener. I find that lots of the lightest shades of foundation are either too light for me or too dark for me. And then if I buy the second up shade, they're always too dark for me. So I usually have to buy the wrong foundation color and then I just lighten it. This is amazing. It's super cheap. It's one of the few foundation lighteners I've found that lightens my foundation so easily without changing the consistency and without having to add so much lighter. Like I can just add a dab of it and it works magically. Today I'm wearing the MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Foundation and I mix in a little bit of this and a little bit of a moisturizer because I do find it's a little drying on my skin, especially in the winter months. And it made it match my skin so perfectly. I absolutely love it. So into that. And then I guess we're moving right on to blush because I have nothing else to talk about for my face. My Holy Grail blushes this year, I have two. The first one is NARS Madly. I had like just hit a sliver of pan last year. This one I included in my last year's favorites, but I used it to death this year, so I had to share it. This is what it looks like. It's just the most beautiful blush I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. My ring light might be washing me out, but I'm gonna swatch it on my hands. Hopefully you can see that. It's just a beautiful pinky brown, warm toned brown. Like I don't wear bronzer or contour ever anymore. I just wear a warm brown blush. Like I haven't worn any other blushes this year because this is it. This and Benefit Dallas, which is my next favorite, are my go-to blushes. I want to swatch Dallas next to it so you can see the difference. Madly is definitely, I was gonna say it's warmer, but I think Madly's more pink tone, has more pink to it. And this is Dallas down here. It has more of a brown tone to it. They're very similar. I feel like Madly also has more of a sheen to it. It's honestly they're both beautiful blushes. If you're into brown blushes, you definitely need to try these out. I think that they're totally underrated. I don't wear color blush anymore. I literally only wear these two things. I guess one other face thing I have to mention is the L'Oreal Face Sponge. I am super picky when it comes to sponges, and the only one I've ever actually liked is the Beauty Blender. I tried the Morphe one and I honestly hated it, but this is a fantastic drugstore sponge. I do think that the tip could be pointier, but it's definitely pointier than the Morphe one, which is the same kind of shape, and I absolutely love it. It expands really well. Mine is a little bit, mine is ripped, so I definitely need to pick up a new one. They are really hard to find in Canada. I find the best place to locate them is Walmart. But yeah, I absolutely love this sponge. Looking for a good drugstore sponge, this is amazing. I want to try the Flower Beauty one, but I don't think you can get that in Canada, which is a super bummer, but like, I love it so much. Then I'm gonna move along to highlighters. My number one favorite this year is the Anastasia Glow Kit. The Anastasia Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit is life to me. I'm wearing the shade Forever Young, which is this shade here on my cheekbone, and it's gorgeous. I will say that these three shades here, Forever Lit, Kitty Cat, and Forever Young, are definitely the shades that I use most often. I find that the other ones are just too dark or too warm toned for me, but like I would repurchase this again just for those three shades. They're beautiful. Now, I do use the ColourPop Cosmetics Flexitarian as the base to every highlighter I ever use. This was in my last year's favorites as well, and honestly, like, can you blame me? Look at that fucking highlight. It is the most beautiful liquid or cream highlighter I've ever used in my entire life. So I use this as a base every single day, and then I layer stuff on top because it's just too magical not to. So yeah, the Nicole Guerrero palette is definitely my like best buy of this year, and I'm so happy I picked it up. These shades are gorgeous. If you love a more pink toned highlight, you will love this. And the other highlighter I picked up this year that was super inexpensive, this is the Unicorn Heart highlighter by Makeup Revolution, or sorry, I Love Makeup, which is owned by the same company that owns Makeup Revolution. Like, just look at this highlighter. How can you not love it? It's a unicorn highlighter, and it's just so beautiful and iridescent. It has like this beautiful blue tone to it. I just mixed all the colors together. Every once in a while I will, you know, not mix the colors together. I'll do it separately, but I mean, mixing the color together, it's just this blue toned, beautiful, shimmery fantasticness. I'm obsessed. And this is like $10 on Tam Beauty. And the shipping to Canada was actually super quick and super inexpensive, which it never happens. So I feel like last year I had like no eyeshadow favorites. There was just nothing that stood out to me eyeshadow wise last year, but this year it was like the year of eyeshadows for me. I have 4 different eyeshadow palettes to show you. The first one I'm going to show you is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I picked this up at the very end of last year, and honestly, it's gorgeous. Vermeer is the most beautiful pink toned color I've ever seen in my entire life. I love warm taupe, I love antique bronze, cypress umber, like it's just such a beautiful palette. Like when I am just want to like rush out the door, I will put blonde fresco and warm taupe in the crease, sometimes a little bit of antique bronze with Vermeer over the lid, and I'm done. It's like my go-to look. And then it's just like the reds and the pinks are also so beautiful. I'm in love with this palette, just like everyone else in the world. The next palette I'm going to mention is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I honestly didn't think I was going to love this palette, but I'm fucking obsessed with it. I do think that some of the colors are super similar to each other, like these two shades, like these pinks over here. Like there are so many colors in here that I think are so redundant and she could have done so much more with. I wish there was more cool tones in this palette that like weren't colorful. Like I want some cool tone bronzes and taupes and like browns, but I do love this palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I have I have so many different browns in my crease. I have this one here, this one, and then these 3 mixed together in my crease just to give it the most beautiful look. I honestly love it. I've used a couple of the bright shades, but I definitely need to play around with more of the bright shades in here. I love the yellows. Like, it's just a really good palette. The pigmentation and the quality is definitely there, and I just reach for it all the time because there's just so many different options in it, and I love it. Next, I want to talk about the ColourPop single shadows. I believe these were launched this year, and I have 18 of these single shadows from the ColourPop, and I actually bought this empty ColourPop palette because it was like $10, which is a super good deal, and I wanted to put all my ColourPop shadows together. And honestly, ColourPop's shadow formulation is magical. These shimmers are to die for. My hand is so dirty, but let me just, like, can we look at those shimmers? And the mattes are also amazing. Like, they're just so beautiful. I love them. They're so inexpensive. They're amazing. I love the ColourPop shadows. They're so fantastic. Like their Super Shock shadows I really love, but I find that they're so particular to use. Like I really can't create a whole eye look with it because I don't find they work very well in the crease because you really have to use your fingers for it. They're great for a shimmery all over the lid color, but other than that, like I don't know what the fuck to do with their mattes. But this, like these shadows are amazing, and like I want to get more. I want them all. The last eyeshadow favorite I have is another ColourPop palette. This is the Golden State of Mind palette. They released this in collection, or in combination with their Sephora collection, and it was a holiday release. I believe it's limited edition, so swipe it up now because it's fucking amazing. These are the most beautiful glittery shadows in the entire world. I'm wearing it on my lids. I just applied it with my fingers, press them into my lids. Sometimes I apply them wet. They're so beautiful, so glittery. I do think, again, another palette where some of these shades are kind of redundant, like this color, and this color are all very similar, but still beautiful. You need it. I have two brow products this year. The first one is the Anastasia Dip Brow in Granite. This is just a beautiful, cool toned gray kind of color. Since I did my hair gray earlier this year, I really needed something that was very cool toned, and I found that not a lot of brands had a cool toned color that wasn't just a cool toned brown. This is almost a cool toned like gray brown, which is exactly what I needed. And honestly, I get the dip brow hype now. Like, look at my eyebrows. They're not even that great today. Like, I haven't gotten them done for weeks, and I think they look fucking magical. Love that. The other product is the Benefit Ready Set Brow. I fucking despise this packaging. It's so hard to open, especially in the morning because I'm always like covered in fucking lotion and shit. And I also really don't love the applicator. Like, mine is disgusting. I've had it for like a year, but like it lasts forever, and it really does hold your brows in place and really does tame. Like, my brows always stick up on my arches, so it really does help tame them, and I think it's worth it. For lips this year, I really had a hard time picking something. Like, I've worn lipstick all year, but there's nothing that's like stuck with me throughout, or nothing that like stuck out as a favorite, except for this. These are the Kat Von D Everlasting Glimmer Veils, and they are fucking life. I bought Wizard at IMATS because I wanted to try them out. This is the, I would say it's black, but it's definitely like a gray that I would wear over a black base. This is the most sheer of the three of them, but it's basically a glitter lipstick. I then went back and bought Reverb, which is the blue one. I thought I would have to wear Kat Von D Echo underneath this, but honestly, it's so opaque after 2 layers that you literally don't need another lipstick underneath it. And the last one is Dazzle, which is just a hot red. This one I wore over top of a deep red, and it looked so bomb. It's definitely more of a bright, like, I would almost call it a pinky red, which I don't love, but it just like worked with whatever lipstick you put underneath it. These last like nobody's business. I put Wizard and Witches on and then ate tacos, and my lipstick still looked flawless after. I wore this one to a holiday party and like didn't even have to touch up my lipstick. Like, they're just amazing. They last forever, and they are the most beautiful glitter lipstick I've ever seen with the staying power. Like, I cannot say enough. She needs to come out with more shades because I want them all. They're so perfect, like so perfect. Like, I can't tell you how much I love this. This is definitely one of my favorite products of the year. And like, I just discovered it in September, which I'm crushed about, but she needs to expand this line. They're amazing, amazing. For setting sprays, I love setting sprays, but I kind of feel like they don't do anything. So I'm always like, not really sure if I love one or not, but I've fallen in love with MAC Fix Plus this year. I've had MAC Fix Plus before and I've used it on and off, but this year I've really become obsessed with it and I use it all the time. I really find that it takes the powderiness away from my foundation. I don't think it makes my makeup last longer, but it honestly is amazing at making it look more dewy and fresh and flawless, and I am all about dewy skin. I find that too many foundations look just so powdery, even with their glowy ones, but this is magical. This is my 3rd bottle. I'm almost done with my other one, which is why I'm showing you the nice pretty full one, but I don't love the packaging. Like, I find that the spray on this is just like very like directly into your face. I did actually depot my last one. I don't know if you can call it depotting, but I put the liquid in the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray container, and I like that a lot better, so I might do the same with this. It's just like, I don't like the spray on this. It's not great. And then my last 3 products are skincare and 1 hair care product. I'm obsessed with the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask for all skin. This is $20, but you do get 20 grams of product in here. Like, I'll show you. I've had this for a while and I've used up a decent amount, but like, I'm pretty sure this goes all the way to the bottom of the container. Like, you can see where I've used it and where I haven't. And honestly, first of all, it smells like bubble gum, which is fucking bomb. It comes with this bougie ass little spatula that I use every single night. I put this on at night, I put this on in the morning. I'm thinking of buying a second one just to keep in my makeup room so I can keep one in my bathroom because they're amazing. Like, 20 bucks is pretty inexpensive for how much product you get in here. Like, I don't know if I'll ever use this up. It's so amazing. It's so moisturizing. Like, it's replaced all my other lip balms. This is life. You need this. And to be honest, this year was the year of sheet masks for me. I can't even deny it. I became obsessed with sheet masks this year. And my favorite brand is probably the Real Nature brand from The Face Shop. They're super easy to get your hands on. They're super inexpensive. These are just the 2 that I have on hand right now. The aloe one is nice. I love, my favorites though are probably the avocado one and the green tea one. The green tea one is great if you're having breakouts. It really helps to calm your skin. And the avocado one is obviously great for hydration. I always just go into the store and they're like usually like 10, buy 10, get 5 free or something ridiculous, or buy 7, get 3 free. I don't know. There's always a deal and I'm always buying too many sheet masks. I like to put on a mud mask, rinse it off, tone my face, then put on a sheet mask, then put on a sleeping overnight mask, and then go to bed. It's like a whole situation on my face and my skin looks beautiful. And the last product I want to talk about is the Pravana Perfect Blonde Purple Toning Mask. This is like very purple, if you can tell. Oh, I just squirted out way too much, but let me show you. It's super purple. If you have blonde hair, silver hair, if you have ashy hair, you need this. This is the only thing that has ever helped to maintain my silver hair. Because I have deeper tones in my hair, it's really hard to get a dye that works because silver dyes are so light. But this, I just put it on my hair as a mask. I have a video for how I maintain my silver hair, which I will link below because it just shows you how I use this. I basically get my hair wet, I towel it dry, I put this on like all through my hair, and then I just tie my hair up into a bun and I sleep with it in, so it's usually in for like 10 to 12 hours, and then I rinse it out the next day and my hair is silver gray beautifulness. So you need this in your life if you have silver hair, or even if you have ashy blonde hair. Like, this is actually made for people with ashy blonde hair, so you use it as a mask in the shower or you leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. But because my hair is silver, I just sleep with it in and it's magical. So yeah, that's that. So those are my top 17 of 2017. I definitely thought I was gonna have more favorites. Like, I was like, there's no way I can do a top 17, but here I am. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of the lighting. This is my first video with my ring light. I just put it on the lowest setting. I'm probably gonna be playing around with filming videos in the lowest setting, the middle setting, the highest setting, just to see what looks better. I have to deal with this background. Like, I really think this printer needs to go, but I don't know where else to put it in my house. So that's the thing that's happening. So yeah. Let me know what you think about everything. Let me know what your favorites were of 2017, and I will talk to you guys next year. Bye.